right. How many people here are entrepreneurs or would consider themselves entrepreneurs? You have a side business. You do this full-time. You do this part-time, whatever. Raise your hand with confidence. You want us to sell your business without confidence? All right, cool. So this is for you, by the way. How many people here are full-time employees trying to get a promotion at wherever they are? Be confident now. You don't want that promotion. This is also for you. How many people haven't been covered in these two categories? Let's see your hands. Let's see your hands. This is also for you, by the way. Essentially, this is for everybody in the room. So the title of my talk is The Power of Human Connection. There's one very funny part here. The struggle pornography. People know what porn is, right? You know what struggle is, right? In Nigeria, they tell you, you must struggle to make it, right? That's what this is about. So let's move on. So yeah, my name is Chinedu, first of his name. I'm the first son of the family. I have 3 lovely younger sisters. I wonder if you can tell which one of them is me. Yellow, right? All right, cool. So I guess it's a little obvious. But yeah, so Chinedu Azodoh, CTO. I'm also CTO and co-founder at a company called Max. That's us at TechCrunch Disrupt London. 1 year ago to yesterday, a friend of mine died. Entrepreneur in the market he died from diabetes-related complications. And for me, he set up one of those, oh my God, I'm next moments. It's very weird, and it's very scary if you've never had one. So at the time, I was much heavier than I am. Right now, I weigh about 131 kilos, and I'm 6'6". At that point, I weighed about 170 kilos, 6'6" as well. 170 kilos, for context, is 3 big bags of rice plus 20 kilos on top of it. So that is a whole triple human being. You know what I mean? So at the time, I was, super big, and I'm just like, this guy had diabetes, died of complications from diabetes. I don't know what I'm exposing myself to. I need to go see a doctor. So I go into a hospital, I drive my power bike, I get there, they sit down, and then they're doing my check, and they're like, hey, are you this, are you that? I'm like, no, I've never had this kind of issues before. So essentially, they were like, okay, you're going through a lot of emotional stress. You're going through a lot of personal stress. You need to take things easy, get yourself in check, etc. Right? And at the same time, we had these new investors that joined our business called Shell Foundation that were essentially pushing for something called structure within the business. You see, let's come back to this struggle thing. We like to struggle, we like to hustle. And when you ask a businessman, oh, why are you doing this by yourself? You say, if I leave them, they will steal my money. Abi? You've all done this now. Even in the businesses you work in, there's this consistent, if I leave them, they will steal my money thing. Right? So everybody does everything by themselves. 1, you can never grow a business like that. Right? 2, you burn the candle at multiple ends. Not 1 end, not 2 ends, like 10 ends. Now imagine if you've ever lit a wax candle and it's burning on 2 sides, you see how quickly it depletes. Now imagine what you're doing today, the Nigerian struggle, that struggle pornography. You're lighting that candle at multiple ends and it's depleting consistently, simultaneously across board. You're shortening your lifespan. So it was one of these things where I was like, okay, cool. Shell is saying all these great things. So we're actively trying to push for structure within the business. But for me, for my personal life, it became a massive crisis. Because I sat when I thought about it, and I'm like, we've spent so much building this business, right? But what else have we done beyond that? So for example, I slept on average 2 to 3 hours a night. I'd work every day till about 3 a.m., 4 a.m., go to bed, wake up around 8, back in the office working, right? You can do that only for so long. You have to take it easy. You have to structure. You have to put processes in. You have to what? Organize. But what else suffered because of that? Because I was always working, which in itself is not a bad thing, I stopped paying attention to a lot of other things. They say the journey of an entrepreneur is very lonely, right? Yes, I agree, it's very lonely, but it doesn't always have to be as lonely as people make it. So because of that, I knew people that I knew from secondary school, I knew people that I had met in the market, but I didn't really know anybody. So if I wasn't at work, I was at work. Because what am I going to go and do? Does that make sense? So I didn't really have friends. I used to tell people that the Place restaurant was an expensive place to eat because that was the most expensive place I'd ever been to. I didn't really know what is all this Shiro and all these places. Those ones said they're, like now I know it's like ridiculous pricing. Does that make sense? But essentially, because I focused so much on this, I didn't have enough to do, I wasn't able to do other things. So I knew people, but I didn't have friends, right? You have people, but you don't have a support system. You don't build relationships. If you're doing anything difficult like this, you must develop other parts of your life. Because human beings are not a single facet thing. We're not as you see us, not so you be. Right? We have multiple faces. There are multiple stories to us. We're not a single story. So I started dancing salsa. I mean, I'm much better than this now, but like when I first started, I was like literally like that. And I mean, context, I'm a 170 kilo guy, probably the tallest guy in the room in most rooms I go into. And then they're doing me, oh yeah, come on, dance the salsa. And fam, I was embarrassed. Like the first time I went, I was super embarrassed, right? I was too shy. I didn't actually agree to dance. But I think after like 3 months, I went back to like the salsa classes, and I'm like, you know what? I told myself, Chinedu, just enter the class and partake in the class. And then from there, I became good. I mean, I'm a really good guy now. You know, I got the moves, right? But I started there. Now, but that was a great way for me to start meeting people, right? And from there, I moved on to other things. So I'm a brown belter in karate. That's my dad, by the way. He's a first dan black belt in karate. I'm a first dan brown belt. And we were on a family trip. This was how big I was, by the way. I had a Christian mother, for those of you who know what that means. It's like super big and like jolly arms, right? And we were practicing something called a kata together. I think this was like a Yan Sandan or something like that. There's like a move where you go like that and then like this. And someone took a picture while we were practicing. Hey, she does karate, nice. So like we were practicing, and it was nice, you know, it was a wonderful father-son moment. But for me, I still hadn't felt, like, I mean, I'd met some people, right? But you see, we're diverse human beings. You need to meet more people, build all sorts of things, build networks, because those networks feed into your business. Those networks feed into your personal life. Those networks help you pull you out. By the way, I was convinced I was going to die. So after this guy died, I panicked, and I was convinced I was going to die. I had no doubt in my mind. My auntie Antuloma, today is her birthday, so we're going to family dinner from here. Antuloma sees me every time we hang out, she cracks a joke, so hey, are you still going to die? I'm like, come on, let me be, right? Because I would call her, and I'm sweating and panicking. I'm like, oh my God, auntie, I'm going to die. And she's like, you're not going to die. You will be fine. Why? Because I wasn't living a balanced life. I wasn't building those connections. I wasn't building a support system. So I went from karate. I still wasn't feeling like I was doing enough. You know, I wanted to get more diversity. Mind you, by the way, I'm still working. I'm still working my butt off, right? But I'm now saying, instead of every day I'm leaving work at midnight, I go back home and continue working till 3 a.m. I'm going to leave work at 9 p.m. Go and dance salsa, or go and do karate, or go to the gym. Be done by like 10:30. Then I go back and continue working at home. Still not exactly making that progress, right? But still trying, right? I wasn't always sleeping 2 hours now, 2.5 hours. I was not trying, like, okay, let us sleep at 1 a.m. Or sleep by 4, or wake up by like 8. Those kind of things. So little progress here and there. And by the way, I was also losing weight. So I'd gone from then to now, I've gone from 170 kilos to 131 kilos. And my goal is to hit 95 kilos. Clap now! What's wrong with you guys? Yeah. You know? So I went from the gym, and I started playing flag football. So I lived in America for about 9 years, and I never touched American football. I thought it was a stupid game. Like, how can, like, you have 100 full-grown men per team, and you make a conscious decision to hit each other like you're goats fighting. Like, why? I never understood it. And then I got introduced to the game, and I was like, I played basketball, I played soccer, all those kind of different things. And they threw the ball to me, and I caught it. And they said to catch the ball and like dribble past someone. I caught the ball, did one, and they're like, no, you must join my team. I'm like, why not? And they're like saying, so where did you play? I'm like, yeah, I've never played before. They're like, it's a lie. You must be lying. And I'm like, no, fam. Like, this game has, like, until today, this game is a game for idiots. But because now I'm playing the game, it's no longer for idiots. We're now cool people. You know what I mean? So essentially, I did that, built that, and really, really, that was when, for me, I really started to feel like I'd really hit, like I really started building a lot of those human connections, right? And building out those things. Today, I play for the Lagos Marines as a left tackle, which is a proper contact football team. We have members of the team actually here right now. So my name is Chinedu Azodoh. I'm co-founder and CTO at Max. I'm the first son of my family. I have wonderful parents. I have a wonderful support system. I play American football. I play for the Lagos Marines. I play flag football. I dance salsa. I do this. I do that. I am living a more balanced life. I'm actively sleeping at least 5 hours, 5 hours a night. Most Friday nights, I get 7 to 8 hours because I'm not going to turn up on a Friday night. I'm going to go and sleep. I cannot come and kill myself. Right? So essentially, I'm a more balanced human being, and it's intentional. And there are 5 things I want you to walk away from here with. And they're on the wall, on the board here, and it's intentional. Number 1, what? What does it say? What does it say? It is so important that you have somebody you can call and be like, yo, I'm feeling this way. What is your advice? How do we talk about this? Number 2, go on. So it's annoying for people in my office because on Tuesdays and Thursdays for like the past 3 months, at 6:30, I'm leaving the office. We have a meeting, schedule it for 8:30 or the next morning. Why? I'm going to football training. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to what? Now, as absurd as that sounds, it's important to set some of these limits and boundaries. Work hard, play hard, right? So that you might be a balanced boy. What did I say? So that you might be or balanced girl. Don't get it twisted, you know? Number 3. Don't focus on the struggle. Focus on the mission that drives, on the vision that drives the mission, and build for that. Number 4. Live your life, strive for balance, and build your dreams. Number 4, live your life, strive for balance, and build your dreams. And number 5? Number 5? If you don't fight for yourself, who will fight for you? If you don't fight for yourself, who will fight for you? It's a lie. I mean, yes, God fights for all of us, right? But you have to make that exceptional effort, right? So my name is Chinedu. I'm co-founder, CTO at Max, wide receiver, tight end, Stingrays flag football team now, left tackle, tight end, Lagos Marines football team, right? Salsa dancer, kizomba dancer, plenty dancer, Awilo Logomba dancer. I'm 6'6". I'm a recovering depressed entrepreneur, and I'm fighting for myself. Thank you very much.